Hello, everybody. It is Maximum Color here. Excited to be kicking off the double elimination rounds. First up, we will be having Wotch versus TheHaunt. Now let's check out the standings as we have them so far. So as you see, we are now entering a different phase of the tournament. Looking at the standings is a little bit different. So far, obviously, this is the very first match. Nothing has gone down, but we will be having several great matches for you today, and the losers of the various matches will be going into the losers brackets. They basically have like 2 lives before they get kicked out of the tournament. It'll be a great time. So let's see where Wotch and Haunt take us today. Also, you might notice a little bit of a difference in the format here on the screen. We've got Milo here, who will be functioning as our cameraman. Rather than having the individual streams going, we will have just a single screen, and Milo will be participating in that. He will enter the match and immediately leave the game to go into spectator mode, and he will be switching back and forth, functioning as our cameraman effectively. And here we are off with Propeller Troll. I will be trying my best to keep track of who is who. It does look like we've got Mario as Wotch. And TheHaunt will be playing as Toad right now. Focusing in on Mario. Looks like both of our players will have to take a hit to get through this trap of spikes. And Mario taking his first fall down into the spikes for the first death. And Haunt, looks like Haunt has also taken a death, but he has reclaimed his propeller suit, getting past this spike section. Not entirely sure what the purpose of this little section is with the propeller hat, but we've gotten past it. And oh, it looks like we have a very tight little jump to get in there. Partially off screen, definitely hard to line up there. Haunt getting very, very close on his second attempt. And it looks like Wotch also took a death over here, giving Haunt another chance to take the first point. Can he get in there using those spikes? Yes, he does. Haunt reaching the goal, taking the first point. And just to inform you guys, it will be 1st to 5 on these games. They will be much, much shorter than the previous games that you may be used to from yesterday. So here we go, Haunt in his blooper shirt, dressed all in white, looking snazzy, looking fly. Let's see what our players will be switching into here, as the characters are random every time. Looks like we got Wotch as Luigi and Haunt still playing as Toad. Remember that. Moving on to the lumber mill. As per usual, first player to the goal wins, and it looks like we have a lot of... we have some nice little fire flowers at the beginning there, just some good decoration. This is clearly a level creator who cares. Wotch moving through this traditional level, taking his first death, while Haunt carries on, moving through the skies, past the Wigglers. And he is maintaining his Tanuki suit all the way through, definitely giving him an easier time kicking out a bomb through there. Having the potential to hit his rival. Oh, and there goes the hit, losing his leaf. Haunt is making his way around while Wotch is down below. Oh, Wotch has taken a death, it seems. Right before we cut away there, it looks like, yes, Haunt did get hit by a fireball. Oh, and he doesn't quite manage to hold onto the vine. Little mushroom arms were just too tired to keep holding on there. Bumping the back of that Wiggler, reclaiming another leaf. Haunt carries on, trying to catch up to his rival Wotch, who is well in the lead. Hitting the first checkpoint just in time for us to see. Taking a ride. Man, these are some dangerous skies here. Saws everywhere. Lots of Wigglers. Oh, no. Fortunately, Wotch did have that mushroom there, but now taking a look back at Haunt, trying to dodge through this area that took him out before while Wotch respawns in back at his checkpoint. Haunt is shimmying around, like I said, just saws everywhere all throughout this level, definitely part of the theme. And Wotch is getting through that part and into the subworld, finding himself another leaf just in time after he takes a hit, utilizing that, to damage boost through. Hits the block. It does not deliver another leaf for him, unfortunately. What can he do over here? Looks like we got a little bit of a chainsaw going on here. And he takes the jump, unable to see what's down below, and it does not pan out well for him, sending him back to the checkpoint in that overworld mess. Meanwhile, it does seem that Haunt has reached the subworld and is going for the second checkpoint. He manages to get it, getting past where Wotch was unable to, and taking the lead for himself. This is quite the long level, folks, and that is certainly giving us more of a match this time around. Lots of opportunities to catch up and get ahead. Lots of danger, spikes, cannonballs everywhere. Plenty of potential deaths. Very difficult level here. And that gives a lot of opportunity for everyone to catch up, die, catch up again. Looking at Haunt here, going on this spirally track. Deciding to take it slow, play it kind of the intended way, and just dodge all the cannonballs. It's an interesting little challenge there. Using that Tanuki Tail to his advantage to take out some cannonballs. And what will we see at the top of this area here? Looks like we are moving. Oh, wow, that is a lot of bombs. And they are defeating themselves, it looks like. Haunt just barely getting in there past the hammers, testing the pipe. It does not lead anywhere. He has to get past this wall of hammers. And, oh wow, he has to get to that switch, take out the hammer bros, and get in through the pipe while dodging all the cannonballs. This is a really difficult looking section. He is making his best work of it, and he gets the turtle shell, takes the Koopa shell to knock them out, get through there. Wow, great job here, and he is at the end, reaching the goal, taking the second point of the game. That was incredible, wow. And, of course, we get to see the lost screen. Pointing out here, interestingly enough, Wotch is the one with the boo hat, despite Haunt having the more appropriate name. Skull Wave Crave. We're moving on. It looks like we are going to be having a race of the Mario Brothers. Wotch rocking the red hat with the M, and the Haunt taking the L. That is the L hat, not the lost. Looks like we have a classic coaster level. Wotch opting not to activate all of the platforms, which is, I'm sure, quite appreciated by the Haunt. It at least gives him something to work with. And already a checkpoint. Wow, look at that. Wotch decided to leave just a single coaster behind for his competition to ride, and almost falling down into the lava there, but reclaiming the top of the wave, surfing right along. And we are back in the overworld here. And with that, we find the axe. Wotch taking his first point. Much, much shorter level than the previous one. And Wotch absolutely destroyed that level. Unfortunately, the level does decide to wreck him in the end, but here he is catching up 1-2. Very close game already. That's what we like to see. And that was the Skull Wave that we did crave. Please wait as we move on. All right. We will be having the Mario boss rush. Fortunately, Mario will not actually be in this match as he will be working the camera this shift. Wotch representing Luigi as both of our runners disappear into the pipe. Let's see who we shall be viewing first. Looks like we've got Luigi in our sights and we are upside down now. And looks like we have some a lot of little power-up blocks. Both of our runners looking around, not entirely sure what we're meant to be doing here, and I'm not sure if they have a great idea of it either. Checking the pipes. Here we go. Wotch finding himself. Finding himself a pipe that leads to one of the many bosses. It looks like there will likely be a boss in each of these pipes, and there are plenty of power-ups back at the start to refresh them. And Wotch making quick work of this Bowser Jr. Getting 2 hits in already, while Haunt is in a room with a Sledge brother. Fries him immediately. This definitely looks like an edgy kind of room here. He takes the key. Takes the looks like the first victory over the bosses, and he decides to go into the Galoombas. Oh, gets out of there just in time. They swarmed him immediately, and it looks like Wotch has managed to claim himself a key as well. Haunt coming in here does not realize that this is the level that Wotch had previously defeated, so he is likely taking some futile efforts, escapes back into the pipe. Checking out what Wotch is up to over here. He is fighting with a Boom Boom and some Thwomps. Don't worry, I know what they're called. Checks hand. Alright, Wotch getting the second hit on Boom Boom and leaving him be. Deciding to take his keys and see how far he can get. Oh, it's checking back at the beginning of the level. And I'm not entirely sure what just killed him there. There's a good chance he might have taken the give up action. But I'm not sure what's going through his head. I do not know what his strategy is, but Haunt is over here playing around with those skewers again. It's possible he might be trying to get piece speed and possibly cheese the level. That might be a viable strategy. We will see. Definitely difficult to do with that skewer there, and the fact that that platform will be making it hard for him to maintain that, to get up to that piece speed due to its incline. But it seems he has for now given up with it, and he is instead deciding to investigate what is up further, and he does find himself a golden pipe. Oh, Wotch taking the bounce off of the head and taking all 3 of the keys. Haunt still just exploring around, trying to gain some information. Not sure if that pipe can't be entered or if he's just having a little bit of trouble hitting that sweet spot. Wotch deciding to distribute some of the keys and check just how many doors there needs to be. I suppose there is always the chance that there was an extra key in the level. But that does not turn out to be the case. So we are still looking for one more key that is required to beat the level, at least without finding some serious cheese. And here we have both of our runners just kind of hopping around, trying to figure out what to do. I believe it seems pretty straightforward. Take out the 4th boss, take the 4th key, and move forward, but let's check out what Wotch is doing. I'm not sure if anyone managed to get this key or not yet. We did see Wotch get very close to it, but he failed before actually defeating the Boom Boom. These thwomps just getting in the way, making it a little bit harder, but Wotch is handling it, of course. Very skilled runners. Any of our runners who have made it this far are obviously quite skilled. And he gets the last key, picking up Haunt, throwing him behind, making sure that he cannot steal it from him, and booking it forward. Will the goal be immediately here? No, it is not, but there's a pipe. She promptly enters, Haunt right behind him, but Wotch takes the 2nd point, tying the game up 2-2. Great job, Wotch. In the end, the intended way was the only way. Make sure you're staying hydrated out there, folks. We are almost 20 minutes into the match. Be sure you're drinking water, especially if you're screaming at the screen as much as I am. All right, if anyone would like to translate this for me, that would be appreciated. We are off to Japan, a single kanji character telling us what it means. Looks like Wotch is donning the Toad costume this time around, and Haunt is rocking out as Luigi, the green Mario.
Oh.
Ooh, having a little bit of difficulty with these platforms here, and each time our runners do have to wait for them to respawn, so it is one at a time. This looks like the kind of level where it will be more up to skill, and yes, it is. Haunt reaches the goal already, getting his 3rd point.
Phew, made it.
Not to say that it is not normally up to skill. What I mean is that this situations like this where the runners have to go one at a time, they're not able to interact with each other as much in those situations, and Haunt manages to capitalize on that, grabbing the goal through those springs. Our cameraman, Milo, punching the screen at us, clearly pumped up. Moving on to Freeze Flame Fortress. That's a cool sounding name. Will it be just as cool as a level? We shall find out. Wotch wearing the green hat this time around, and Haunt taking his turn as Big Red. Looks like Wotch is going to be the first one into the subworld. Woo! That lava came up fast. So fast, I'm not sure Wotch even had time to react to it. He is sent back to the beginning, picking up his power-up. I'm not entirely sure just how useful the power-ups will be in this situation, because that lava does not care how big you are, but there might be some Potaboos that he can take tank hits from. It looks like having that mushroom did pan out well for Haunt, who is dashing through in his now smaller form. He goes back in through the pipe, decides he doesn't want to deal with that. What is he trying to do here? He is fighting with his brother and, ooh, sending him into the lava, but the lava retreats and Wotch gets through. Looks like we've got 2 alternate paths that we can take here. Wotch getting sent back to the checkpoint from the falling ice. Should have worn his safety helmet. Meanwhile, Haunt is taking the bottom path, and it seems to be working out well for him. He finds the checkpoint. Oh, wow, looks like the top path was actually just a death trap. And he gets forced back in by a spring. Interesting indeed. What are we looking at here? What is going through Haunt's head as he waits for Wotch to catch up with him? Yes, it definitely seems like they are unable to get through here. Oh, and what's this? Wotch exits the pipe to have a confrontation with his evil brother, Haunt. They're standing off with each other, talking, deciding that all hope is lost and we must give up. After that dramatic moment, let's see if we can move on to some more action-packed circumstances. However, if I am forced to give you all soap opera dialogue, I will do so, dang it. Auf dem Weg zur Pyramid. I believe that is on the way to the pyramid, if I'm translating correctly. Teamwork, says Mario. And it looks like that would be Wotch. Wotch is now Mario. Haunt is Luigi. Once more, they've switched places back again. Haunt riding some platforms. Moving forward. This is SMB1. We cannot carry the Koopa shells, but we sure can kick them out of the way for our good buddies behind us. Haunt racing through, dropping those platforms, putting some distance between himself and Wotch, and he grabs the flower, and the flower turns out to have been a trap. Oh, because of the versus mode. Anyone who doesn't know what's going on there, because of the versus mode, the timer does not freeze when you pick up a power-up, so it actually ended up being detrimental for him, as the animation of powering up kept him from being able to make that jump. Alright, both of our brothers are once again on the risers here, having a little bit of a sumo duel. And Haunt deciding to take the very classic sumo move of bouncing on the opponent's head. It seems to be working out in his advantage. He still has an extra hit. As Wotch carries on. He is deciding, making the decision to go back into that door. Not sure what the point of that door was. It did just lead him right back up there. And both of our runners are back at the start again. Perhaps we will see what is in that golden pipe the next time around. Bypassing the hidden coins. All in all, it looks like a pretty good standard level. Something you might actually see in a game. An official game, I mean. Oh, and Wotch being slain by that fire flower. That fire flower is not messing around. It is just a trap. So moving forward, our runners do have to dodge it. Haunt, already having the fire flower, is unaffected by its debuff. It's like an immunity to some virus over here. And it looks like we're... Okay, this is definitely intended to be a versus level. Dropping down. And... Wow, okay, maybe it's not versus. He's just doing... Okay, I see what's going on here. We're going through each room one at a time, going through 5 of those. He takes the hits with his firepower, reaching the goal. Haunt getting the 4th point. He only needs 1 more point to win. Can Wotch come back? He needs to get the 3-win sweep in order to take the game. Ooh. Stakes are raised for Wotch. Will we be seeing the great comeback, or will Haunt be moving forward to haunt the players in the future? We have a spike trap. Wotch thinking about his... Ooh. Thwomps out of nowhere immediately. Mario. Giving up. Wotch not finding his way through the maze just yet. Haunt taking the left turn, deciding to get that extra power up. It is paying off for him. He is getting further through the maze than we have seen thus far. Does he get through? Yes, he does. And he decides to check the blocks, find himself a power up. Will it pay off though? No, it likely would have been better to charge through there with the star. But, he tries to get through and gets stomped on by this gauntlet of thwomps. Ooh. Haunt expertly dodging. Against... Oh my. Oh, Boom Boom's coming. Boom Boom is coming fast. He's ignoring everything. Wotch reaching the goal. He's getting the point. Bringing it up to 3-4 in Haunt's favor still. Wotch still needs to get 2 more points in a row in order to win this. I'm sure as Luigi enters the goal and realizes just how far behind he still is, he thinks back to his dramatic confrontation with his brother earlier and knows what he must do. There's a resonance in the world that leads us to say, it is Ouija time. And Ouija time it is, as Wotch still is representing our green boy. And as our cameraman takes his positions, our racers are off already into the sky, past the icicles, over the skewers, across the musical lands. Oh! Wotch with the tight jump over the fireball, saving it and keeping his distance ahead. He is going for that sweep. You can see the energy just exiting his body as he flips around, almost as though there's no third dimension to his body. Haunt just tanking through these skewers. They are nothing to the Iron Toad himself. Wotch unfortunately taking the fall, getting sent back. Can Haunt make it to the end for the victory? Or will the great and powerful Luigi overcome? Haunt calmly ascending to the heavens, leaping through the fire, over the fire, excuse me, over the ice. I watch in silence as I wonder, will this be it? Oh no, it will not be it. Haunt falling down into the ground. He has not maintained the flight capabilities of his ghostly Boo brothers. He is sent back to the beginning. Wotch spawning in like a vengeful spirit, taking off. He does not need any power-ups. He doesn't need anything but pure, unbridled speed, which he is absolutely using. Oh, almost to the best of his abilities. Decided to turn back just for a moment there. He doubted himself, and that doubt led to defeat. But can he reclaim victory from the ashes of his previous decision? Haunt moving up in the world, literally. Again, taking his charge through the northern parts of the frozen wastes, utilizing those tight jumping skills, and he moves into the territory of the north winds as Wotch is coming in hot behind him. Oh, taking the lead, utilizing his power-up that he managed to maintain to take the damage boost and take the lead. Oh, and it is now a difficult single note block bouncing section with the bonsai bills coming in to mess up the day. Wotch riding that elevator all the way down, taking the cloud rides up to the top and tying the game 4-4. This is what we're talking about, guys. 4-4. Next win takes it all. Wotch is coming in for the big sweep. Ouija time. I'd like to start a chant, but I don't want to show any biases. All right, perfect. Luigi is now out of the picture as Milo is taking over Luigi as the cameraman. Cave level, easy. Is it easy? Possibly. Watch. Oh, Wotch already getting roasted. All of our players getting roasted, it looks like. Yes, indeed. Will Wotch's switch over to Big Red prove his downfall, or was it the correct strategic decision? We'll see. Giving his brother a break. Everyone knows that rests are important. Meanwhile, Haunt is still just powering through in mushroom form. Ooh. Oh, and with some serious brawling going on here. There's a lot of tossing and grabbing and powing and everything. Wotch does come out victorious on that fight. Picking up the fire flower, roasting those baddies, and rather than using the door, he decides to make his own way through. Via Bob-omb, holding on to that key for a rainy day. Maybe it will come in handy. Ooh, tanking through everything, deciding that in the end he would rather go down through that green pipe again anyway. And jumping over the paratroopers, Wotch reaches the goal, taking the win, coming in with the reverse sweep, 5-4. Well done, Wotch. Wow. And he maintained the key all the way through. That is what we are talking about. Way to go, Wotch. And just to clarify for you guys, yes, this match is indeed live. We'll see if we might get some All right, looks like we're going to be going into an intermission. We will not be having any interviews, but we'll be back in just a few minutes. And who will we be seeing when we get here? It looks like we will be having John versus Kari. Not sure how to say that. I'll clarify before we start. I'll be back in a few minutes to commentate that next match for you. I hope you guys have a great little intermission. Get some water. Be right back.
They are synced.
They are synced now. Do whatever. In the lead again.
Wow.
Side for sure from Cheese. Okay, doing it, moving.
Oh no, the cheese falls!